This video is brought to you by Roll for Combat and the RPG Superstar Contest. Create up to 3 of your own Pathfinder 2nd Edition monsters for a chance at winning several prizes, including the publication of your creations in an upcoming Battle Zoo bestiary. Enter now at rpgsuperstar.com. Hey everybody, Dave here with another Pathfinder rule reminder for you, and today's question is: do Handwraps of Mighty Blows modify a character's biting attacks? And the simple answer there is yes, they do. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Handwraps of Mighty Blows, what they are simple pieces of cloth that a person can wrap around both hands and then etch them with weapon runes. As we discussed in the previous video, fists and other unarmed attacks are not weapons, and therefore you cannot apply weapon runes to them like you would to a sword or hammer or bow or what have you. So that's where Handwraps of Mighty Blows come in. They just allow people who focus on unarmed attacks to stay at pace with characters who wield weapons. And if you have Handwraps of Mighty Blows and you etch them with a +1 weapon potency rune and with a striking rune, then all of your unarmed attacks are going to have a +1 to their attack and do 2 weapon dice instead of 1, just like, or 2 damage dice I should say instead of 1, just like those runes would apply to any kind of weapon they're etched to. So now if we take a look at the explanation of Handwraps of Mighty Blows again, it shows that the bonuses applied by the runes etched onto them apply to all unarmed attacks. It doesn't specifically call out punching. It doesn't say anything about it has to be a fist attack or a punching attack, or that you have to, hit somebody with the rune in order to get the benefits of said rune. It's going to apply to all unarmed attacks. And if we go back to the description and explanation of what an unarmed attack is, it makes it very clear that unarmed attacks apply to all unarmed attacks, all unarmed attacks kind of count together. So even though the table in the equipment and weapons section of the book shows fist as the only available unarmed attack with 1d4 bludgeoning damage, that's going to apply to headbutting, punching, kicking, elbowing, kneeing. All unarmed attacks are going to fall under that category unless you have some other feature like a razor-toothed goblin who gains a biting attack with 1d6 piercing damage. And that biting attack is an unarmed attack. So, because it is an unarmed attack, and Handwraps of Mighty Blows modify all unarmed attacks, they do apply to your bite as well. So if you had a +1 flaming striking runes on your Handwraps of Mighty Blows, then that goblin would have a bite that gives a +1 to their attack, does 2 weapon dice, and also is a flaming maul of goblin bitey death, which I think sounds pretty cool. Now this can cause some discussion about what happens in the narrative. Why is it that a rune etched onto your forearm is going to somehow modify the way you bite? Easiest explanation is magic. I would say any rune that is etched onto those hand wraps, it is a magical field that it creates around the body, and therefore it would modify any kind of body part that's used to strike an enemy. Another explanation could simply be you are grabbing hold of that opponent to hold them firm in place to make it easier for you to bite them. That could explain the differences as well. But there you go. Do Handwraps of Mighty Blows modify bite attacks? Yes, they do. If you have any further questions or any suggestions for future rule reminder videos, please let me know in the comments. I will make sure to leave links to any other videos related to this topic in the description of this video. And as always, I want to say thank you to everybody out there who supports me by clicking the like button, subscribing to the channel, subscribing to the Patreon, sharing the video, leaving your comments and your suggestions. I really appreciate everything you folks do to support me. And with that, thanks for watching, take care, and happy gaming.